So welcome, ma'am. Uh, Thank you for accepting the invitation for OnTon 2023 podcast series. This is an experiment, I'll say, what we are trying to do. During the conference, people know about your research work, about one paper only. But what we want people to understand that researchers uh, have what kind of problems researchers face, what are their research area, how other people can take advantage of the research. So basically the whole research as a researcher as an individual, we want people to know about that. That is why we are starting this podcast. So yesterday we did with Abhishek sir, today you are here. So I'll ask some questions and you have to answer. And this way, uh, in our conversation, the video will be complete. Okay. So my first question to you, ma'am, I want you to introduce yourself for me as well as for the audience.
Yeah, sure. Hello, sir, and thank you so much. It's a great initiative which you are taking. So, I'm an assistant professor in Manav Rachna Institute of Education. It's in Faridabad, Haryana state, and we are basically a university which offers so many courses, and one of them is the education department. I'm also pursuing my PhD in education itself in the area of skill development.
Okay.
Yeah, so I found it very interesting because yes, when I have started my work in this area, I found that very little knowledge about the concept is there. Fine. So in fact, we are offering the VAC courses on skill development. I'm also planning to develop some courses for the online portals as well related to the skill development and the training sessions which could be given
Okay.
basically. This is my profile as such. I have done my MA, MEd, and I have done my master's in botany. So I have hands-on on both sciences and education. So right now I'm currently working here. Prior to that, I have worked in other colleges as well. So I have, as of now, I have 6 years of teaching in the college,
Mhm.
and I'm pursuing it further.
Great, great, ma'am. So, ma'am, usually in India, research is something many students don't pursue. So, what
Yeah.
make you, what inspired you to pursue research as a career option?
So basically, to be very frank, after my master's, I had an halt of around 5 years before
Okay.
pursuing my PhD. The reason was again the same because from the academic point of view, I never required PhD. Fine, but then some situations in my family within my like my cousin, I have seen her develop the skills through the NGO, as
Mhm.
she was not very much bright in the education part, in the studies part. So she developed tailoring skills, and now she is having that boutique of hers. So I found that very initiative, and when I looked upon that NGO, about which I have written the paper, which I'm going to present in your conference as well, they're offering very diversified skill development programs in their institution. So that persuaded me that okay, fine, this is the new thing we need. Fine, our education system focuses on the holistic education, and we talk about equality, and we talk about everything. We talk about vocational education also, but
Correct.
we are lacking on the part that the development institutions, how many skill development institutions are actually there, yeah, are actually working, and how can we improvise on them. So that persuaded me that yes, I want to investigate into this part, because this is actually helping a lot many peoples, be they are economically weaker sections, be they are
Mhm.
otherwise challenged peoples. So
Correct.
obviously everyone cannot pursue academically 100%, but there should be certain options for a better livelihood for them. So then I started to work upon my PhD in the education field, and basically
Okay.
on this skill development, like how can we in the institutions promote skill development on a higher level.
See. Perfect. So basically, because you saw somebody was able to make a living because she has some skills.
Yes,
So
definitely.
correct, correct. So you believe that if we have a skilled nation, basically everybody is skilled, then the problem of not getting jobs will be solved automatically.
Definitely.
That's
See, if
correct.
we talk about today's scenario, in fact, India is also working on that. We are working upon the SDGs, that is the
I see.
Sustainable Development Goals. And what does
Correct.
sustainable development mean? Sustainable development definitely means that definitely one of the part is like we have to see to the environment, but that doesn't limit the sustainable development. Sustainable development also means that the people should be, they should have those skill sets जो वो they can pursue in their professional fields as well. So
Correct.
sustainable development ka one part is yes related to the environment, but the other part is we have to grow economically stronger, and for being an economically stronger country definitely we need skilled labor, skilled professionals, and we have to start it from the very basic level. So,
Correct.
in my research work also, I'm also deeply studying the NEP 2020 because it's mostly concerns about the skill development from the very basic level. Like we are
Yeah.
incorporating skill development subjects in the secondary level, middle school, say from the CBSE point of view, if I'm talking about. So they are starting the skill development subjects from the middle school level only. So
Correct.
obviously we have to take from the root and we have to develop it on the higher levels, growing step
Correct.
by step. So definitely for sustainable development, to meet the globalized education, to meet the standards of a at a global level, we need skill development. It's the immediate need of our for the time.
Perfect. Perfect. So understood that what is your inspiration, and that's visible also. When you talk, it's kind of visible that you are very much into the field that you have chosen as a career option. Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you talked about scale and you also talked about NEP 2020, but
Yeah.
when we do PhD, it's very narrow. We work on very small area on a very
Yes.
particular niche line. So what is your current research focus?
So currently, I am working about as I have been born and brought up in Haryana, and my like we all know that Haryana is an agricultural state. So
Correct.
my focus right now is on the skill development institutions which are active in the agricultural sectors in the Haryana state. I'm working upon that how these agricultural institutions at the higher education level or at the professional level, how they're providing the skill development trainings, what is
Mhm.
its impact, and how we can contribute in that, what are the hitches, and what could be the probable solutions about that. Because as of now, what I have figured out till now in my PhD work is that yes, we are declining in the agricultural production. Although
Correct.
when we talk about the agricultural produce, India is at
Mhm.
the number one level in production in many of the agricultural products. But when we
Correct.
talk about export, we are not
Mhm.
exporting it that much. If we are
I see.
producing it in a large amount, why are not be
Mhm.
able to export it? Because there are lack of skills जिसकी वजह से there deterioration in the product.
Correct. Correct.
So only we are limiting it to the feeding to our country only. So
Mhm.
definitely, if the skills are developed in the workers or the stakeholders or the new
Mhm.
technologies can be inbuilt inside, and we can plan out something like that. So definitely, we can economically the GDP of the country can be increased by that to many folds.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. So
and
basically, your
moreover,
area of focus is, yeah. Yeah, please continue, Maya.
yeah. Yeah. So, moreover, one more thing is there. There is a shift in the interest. Like if you talk today in the rural areas, also, if you go and talk to the youngsters, they will never say that we are opting for the agricultural field. They will
Correct.
never say. And the main reason is that there is no as such a good income in that. Okay, every year we see that farmers have got this much loss, farmers have got this much due to these reasons. So definitely, if the developed countries are working upon that, why cannot we? We are
Correct.
if we are thinking that we want to be a superpower, so definitely we have to work upon the basic thing of our country. And India is an agriculture based country, and definitely it's a great power for us, but we have to intensify it through our efforts.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely true, ma'am. So basically, your area of focus is skill development for agriculture sector of India. Am I
For
correct?
sure. Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. So I understood that what brings you here, but I am unable to understand that why agriculture is your area of interest for research.
So, see, if you talk about industrialization, everywhere it is there. Okay, if you talk about technical education of
Mhm.
industries, it's everywhere available. When you
Correct.
talk about the agricultural field, okay, it's not limited to only farming. It
Correct.
is a wide area of spectrum. Their
Mhm.
agricultural engineers are there. Okay, then your food companies are all based on your agricultural sector. Fine,
Correct.
it holds the power to a lot of different varied vivid areas. But
Mhm.
the thing is, our basic agricultural practices are very
Mhm.
limited and are very
Correct.
backdated. So if we will improvise on that, that will definitely improve the other sectors also. In all
Correct.
the industrial fields, somehow agricultural field is related. So agar a very basic level will be improvised, then we can move to the other varied sectors related to that. So that is
Correct.
my area of interest for. And definitely every year we see that this much population has not got the food, this much area is there which are food deprived. Why? We have so much field. Fine, other countries are focusing on that, we also have to focus on that. And with increasing the area will not dealt with the problem. We have to improvise on the
Mhm.
quality, we have to improvise on our techniques. Okay, so that is the basic reason, because food is the basic priority. कहते हैं ना,
Correct.
कपड़ा, मकान and khana, these are the basic
Mhm.
requirements. So all the
Correct. Correct.
requirements are related to your agricultural field only. So that is
Mhm.
why my prioritization is on that.
Great. Great. So basically, you are doing a really nice work, and I hope you reach to the mass so that they can implement some of the findings from your research. So how
Sure,
much
sure.
time has happened? Means when you started your research?
I actually started working upon the area a year back.
Okay.
And yeah, a year back only. And
Mhm.
right now I have finalized that which all things I have to work upon. The only
Nice.
thing is left out is the data collection. I have to go. So no, it's basically not just reading the reports and all. I'm concerning my
Mhm.
research work on going to the on-field trainings which are being conducted by the government, going to the different
Correct.
districts of the Haryana state. So
Mhm.
I have to plan it out with them that when they are having those trainings, and it should match with my timetable as well, as I'm also working out here. So I'm planning upon those things right now. So yes, it's in the preliminary stage, I would say right now, and
Okay.
I'm focusing. I'm in contact with them for the sake.
Correct. So you are able to conduct any experiment yet?
I have done one sample study, I would say. I have gone to one of the Krishi Vigyan Kendras in Faridabad only. It's in the Bhopani
Okay.
village. Yeah, so
Mhm.
there I had done a pilot study about what all trainings they're providing and what is their,
Correct.
impact and what is their success rate. I have worked upon that and I have written a research paper on that as well. I've
Okay.
presented in one of the national conferences. Fine.
Great. Great.
So yes, I have done a pilot study, and that is from where I got that yes, this actually needs to be highlighted to the masses that trainings are being conducted. That is not an issue.
Right.
Trainings are being conducted, but their success rate is not that much as we are expecting. Right. So
Okay.
we have to find out the reason that why the success rate is not there, what are all the problems, and we not only have to look about the institutions, we also have to listen
Mhm.
to the stakeholders like the trainees. That if they
Correct.
attended the training, then why didn't they pursue that business further? Why didn't they use
Mhm.
those trainings
Correct.
in their practical life? There must be some reason for that. So that is the point lacking, which I want to put in forward through my research.
Okay. So yeah, basically you have to connect multiple dots, not only skill, but also the
Yes,
survival part, because people are leaving
survival part,
agriculture
definitely.
now.
Exactly.
Correct. So,
That is the reason. They have given me a list of around, they are conducting 20 to 25 trainings in a year. It means
I
two
see.
trainings per month. That
Correct.
gives you an idea. Fine. So if there you are giving two trainings per month in varied areas, it's not limited
Mhm.
to the agricultural field work. It's related to like
Correct.
if they are the domestic help, if they are, so how can they make use of how can they make pickles, how can they make soft toys, and how can they
Mhm.
intensify their agricultural produce, everything they are giving. And after
Correct.
that and it is also given to the minority sections as well,
Mhm.
but then the output is not so good. Output is not so good out of that.
Mhm.
So that is the area I need to work upon, I want to work upon. That
Mhm.
because that will only bridge the gap. If
Correct.
we know the problem, then only we can find out the solution. So that bridging the gap, I want to bridge that gap through my research work.
Great. Great, man. So, so you have done one experiment and it's been 1 year.
Yeah.
So is there any challenge you have encountered within that short period of time
Yes,
or during your
yes,
experiment?
yes, yes.
Okay, please, can you please
Yes,
tell us?
the very basic challenge which I found is to connect with the trainees.
I
Fine,
see.
connect with the because they have given the trainings. Fine. After
Correct.
the training, during the training, I can connect with them, and during the training,
Mhm.
definitely most of them would say positive things. It's
Correct.
after the training has been conducted, and after say about
Mhm.
6 months of the
Okay.
training being conducted, I want to follow them that okay, are you
Mhm.
actually pursuing what you have learned?
Correct.
And that is the part which I found the most difficult one, because once they have got the training, they move to their respective villages or whatsoever, where from wheresoever they are coming. So how to connect with them and how to study the pursuing what they have learned. So that
Mhm.
is a major challenge which I found in that experiment also, which definitely I'll be getting it through in my further researches. So yes, the connection with the trainees was a bit challenged for me. I have to
Mhm.
connect them because they are not interested as such after 6 months, that obviously why they'll be interested in. I'm not a government person. They know
Correct.
that
Correct.
she can't be provide us with anything.
Mhm.
It's just that she wants to take a review and all that. So connecting with them is a problem. Yes.
Correct. Correct. Got it. So how do you face it? Means, are you able to overcome with it, or you have a solution to this challenge, or
See,
what?
because Anna, because this was within, because I also reside in Faridabad, so the farmers were also from the nearby villages. So
Okay.
yes, through the phone calls or through the meetings during the Saturdays and Sundays, I got this one done. But
Mhm.
when I talk about my overall research work, so it will be in the Gurugram division, and it will be in the Faridabad division. So there are more districts to it added. So when
Correct.
we are talking about that, so in that case, I have to connect with the organization, that if they could, after 6 months, they could, if they could call those trainees into one place where I can have a connection with them.
Mhm.
Because if I see, if I'm going to Rivari, once I'll be going during the training, again I'll be going after 6 months. So it will be very difficult to for me to go to the individual person.
Correct.
So yeah, that I need to work upon, and that is the thing we are planning out with the organizations right now, that how to deal with the situations like that.
Okay, okay, great, great. So basically, you are managing it somehow. There is no structure
Yeah,
as such, but I believe you will be able to develop a structure because not only
yeah,
you,
yeah,
many people
definitely,
have to pursue the same research.
for sure, for
Correct,
sure.
correct. Uh-huh. So, any specific instance that you remember uh, for which you find an innovative solution to your research problem?
To my research problem. As such, because I already told you that I'm on my preliminary ground
Correct.
only right now. Fine. So as such, specifically, I cannot say anything because it. I just did one pilot study, and in
Mhm.
that I was able to manage the things better because I am a localite here right now.
Correct.
So as such, specifically, right now I cannot say anything about any specific situation. But
Mhm.
yes. Most probably maybe after a year or so, when I have done the field work more rigorously, then I could
Mhm.
find something in that.
Correct, correct. So you have done some studies, correct? So do you know how other countries are solving this problem? People moving out from the agriculture as a
Yes,
career.
yes, yes. See, I have studied some of the research papers,
Mhm.
and they are very, very common solutions they are following. Like if we talk about minorities, they have very limited amount of land of area with them. Okay, so they are saying that how can we cultivate so many things in such a small land holding? So what in other countries is happening, that they are collaborating with each other. 4 or 5 families, they are merging their land forms together, and
Mhm.
they are growing good, economically good crops in there, and then they divide the profit among themselves. So
Correct, correct.
these kind of initiatives can be done in India as well. Fine,
Mhm.
fine. Minorities, if an individual family I'm talking about, maybe they have a very limited land, but if
Correct.
they could have like 5 to 6 land holdings together, so they
Mhm.
can grow a variety of good, economically rich crops out
Mhm.
there. And definitely,
Correct.
if you're growing that thing, so your profit will be increased. That will definitely increase your GDP. They will definitely increase your rate of livelihood.
Correct,
Fine,
correct.
your standards of living. So there are many
Mhm.
such new technologies are there. India is having those technologies, but it is not available to the minorities section. And every time we cannot say that government should provide it in the free. Everything government cannot provide
Agree.
in the free.
Agree.
Fine. So there you have to manage the things like collaborate. The basic, very basic thing is collaboration. The Indian
Mhm.
farmers are still not in that mindset that we should collaborate.
Mhm.
Fine. So if they have this mindset, okay, fine. If I cannot do it individually, let's do it in a group of 4. Let's do it in a group of 5. Let's collaborate with others. Let's
Mhm.
collaborate with some association, some institution. If they
Mhm.
work upon this, then definitely there are many initiatives which could be taken further.
Correct, correct. So one solution that you are saying, rather than dividing the land between two sons,
Yes,
many,
yes,
many never should come together and say, okay, this is the whole land and let's do something big here.
exactly,
Correct.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's a common solution. Yes, absolutely. So, now I understood from your talk till now that you are very attached with the area you are living in. You have seen the farmers struggling, you have seen those people. So, but when you are doing research, you are working on a problem and that is so pinpointed that it can impact a lot of people other than the your surrounding. Correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just want to know, how do you envision your research making an impact on your field or society at large?
See, if it all goes well, what I think is it definitely going to help those who are in the agricultural sector at any level. If you talk
I see.
about colleges, there are agricultural institutions here in Delhi
Mhm,
NCR. So if
mhm,
they are, if they know the concerns at the professional level, but the actually practically the peoples are facing and what could be the probable solutions, so they
mhm.
can set up the mindset of the youngsters accordingly. Fine.
I
Like
see.
our NEP also says that we should provide agricultural education at the college level, at the school level.
School
So
level.
if this research work comes out to be in a good form, then that could help at the school level as also, because then we can introduce these things to the students from the very primary, from the very basic level. We are telling them that these are the new initiatives, these are the new solutions which you can apply for a betterment of the results. So
Correct.
definitely the main problem is the mindset. though अभी के जो professional farmers हैं, they are in the mindset that we don't have to do this, we don't have to do that, they are not open to the innovativeness. So
Mhm.
if this research work goes well, so we can incorporate these things in the syllabus in the school, at the school level. We can incorporate this in the syllabus at the graduation level, so that by the time they enter the professional field, they add on those innovativeness, they are adapted to those innovations as a whole.
Correct. Okay, yeah, understood. They obviously, when somebody is settled and they have a particular system of working and that system is paying them well, they don't want to change their method.
Exactly,
Mhm.
yes.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. So, ma'am, now because you are doing research, obviously, so and it is in such an area like it's related to agriculture, and many things plays a very important role, not just a skill kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, want to know how important is collaboration in your research journey?
See, it's just one point I have told you. Collaboration in agricultural field, or I think in person collaboration in any
Mhm.
field as such, is the, is the strongest point anyone could have. If
I see.
specifically if we talk about agricultural field, we can take varied examples.
Mhm.
One is like harvesting the land and all. We have seen that collaboration they could have variety. Fine.
Mhm.
Secondly, agriculture is related. There are many things like you can have fisheries, you can have horticulture, you can have animal husbandry. So in
Correct.
all these, like if 4 to 5 families, if every individual family is having two cattle, and if they are
Mhm.
collaborating with each other, rather
Mhm.
than selling it for individually, they could have a dairy farm of kind of thing. So
Correct.
definitely that is a big collaboration.
Mhm.
Similarly, when I go for fisheries or if I go for horticulture in any area,
Mhm.
collaboration definitely means that your input is less individually,
Correct.
and your output will be more because you are doing it in a collaboration. There is a variety of input is there. There is
Correct.
a lot more input as a group,
Mhm.
so that will definitely going to fetch you a more output, and there is more reliability in that. If I go like for example, if I talk about animal husbandry, if I go
Mhm.
to an individual owner, okay, and I'm getting that milk from them, so I might
Mhm.
have in my farm, okay fine, aaj one buffalo or one cow is not giving the milk, so my milk is restricted. Fine.
Correct.
When we
Correct.
are working in the collaboration, okay,
Mhm.
one is not giving the milk, the others are there, which could, adjust for that loss.
Correct.
So
Correct.
your losses are being minimized in the collaboration, basically.
Mhm. So basically, I just wanted to know, because you are the one who is doing research, and how in your research collaboration can help.
Mhm.
Rather than obviously
So in
farmers
my
needs
research,
collaboration.
okay,
Yeah.
fine. You wanted to get that. Definitely, if I get collaboration from the other institutions, maybe yours,
Mhm.
that definitely I can get. See, I'm working on Haryana state. Fine.
Correct.
If I get collaboration from your area, I can get
Mhm.
have an idea at your level, at
Correct.
your place. How is the
Correct.
scenario? And if someone is collaborating, maybe from or more distinct parts from there, I can get have an idea from there, and then this collaboration will definitely give me more solutions. Okay,
Exactly.
maybe there are certain sets of problems which are applicable to my area, but those are
Mhm.
not actually applicable to the other distinct areas. If maybe I talk
Correct.
about the South India, if I talk about the northern part of the India, if you talk about the middle part of the India, fine. So I cannot collaborate. I cannot connect with everyone. Fine. So if collaboration is there, maybe from the different parts of India, so we can have a compiled view of the problem. That okay,
Correct.
fine. In my area, these are the problems. In your area, these are the problems. And maybe they can give. Okay, we had these problems, and these solutions we incorporated. So there are we get a list of good solutions. We can
Correct.
then link to the problems also, because
Mhm.
problems definitely are area specific.
Correct.
So
Correct.
collaboration is definitely is going to help. Like then we can have a larger lens view on the problem, and we can have a larger view on how to solve each and every concept of the problem.
Correct. So you talked about the collaboration between institutions. Okay. But I
Yeah,
heard you
institute.
saying, yeah, but I heard you saying that the shortage of teachers for skill development is there. So,
Yes,
so
definitely there
maybe
are.
collaboration with those teachers or
Collaboration,
maybe.
definitely, definitely.
So,
See, but what is the basic thing is like till now there are very few students, I would say, who are actually interested in agricultural studies as
yes.
such. Okay, and teachers, being a teacher, definitely you have to study that subject, then only you could become a teacher. So that is
Mhm.
the thing. So there is a shortage of the teachers in here. So when we are doing a collaboration, maybe we can have special lectures from different parts of the countries to those students. Maybe
Correct.
we can have an online collaboration, online classes could be conducted, or if they are interested, they can come to our institutions, and they can take the classes as such. So definitely, if we have the teachers from all over the country, so there
Mhm.
every teacher has a different perspective, a different
Correct.
viewpoint, and definitely that is going to broaden the canvas in which we are working upon.
Correct. Correct. So I want to know all kind of entities whom you want to collaborate with in order to speed on your research or get better outcome.
See, basically, my research is related at the professional level.
Correct.
I'm working about right. I'm working on the institutions which are providing trainings to the already in profession farmers, or
Nice.
their uh, farmers, or those who are related to anyhow related to the agricultural sectors, stakeholders, all the stakeholders.
Correct.
So in that case, I actually need the institutions for running how what the trainings they are conducting,
Mhm.
and basically I'm interviewing the trainers, I'm interviewing
I
the
see.
heads about their point of view regarding trainings, regarding overall structure of the
Mhm.
institution, and how the we can speeden up the skill development performer in the agricultural field. I'm talking to the trainees as such. So from the research point of view, right now I would be very obliged if I get the collaboration from the institutions which are
I see.
working in at the professional level. At
I
the
see.
professional level, yeah.
Correct. Correct. Great, man. So, are you able to do any such collaboration till date?
No, not actually,
I
because
see.
because I have already told you that I'm on a very preliminary
Yeah,
basis
yeah,
right
correct.
now. So I'm right now I'm in a way planning out a structured way. Okay, after
Mhm.
that, once I have proceeded to some extent, then I'll be going for the collaborations, and I would go, because right now my basic thing is like at least I should have an idea what the
Mhm.
actual scenario isn't from where I am working upon. If I when I'll get a basic idea, then only I can select that exactly these kind of collaborations would help me, and then I can approach to them.
Yeah, obviously. So, so now I want to know, since you are pursuing research, correct? And there was a break of 5 years, you mentioned.
Yeah.
Then you came back to this research. Obviously, research is not a easy thing that I can say because I have traveled this path.
Yeah.
So, based on your experience, what advice would you like to give to the researchers of your field?
Researchers of my field, as in you're talking about the research scholars which are
Yeah, research
pursuing
scholars who
research.
want to
Okay,
pursue.
fine.
Yeah.
See, basically, first of all, if you're doing some research, the topic should be very much close to your heart.
Yeah.
Fine. You should have that basic attachment with the topic. Like as for me, agriculture is a part and parcel of my life because from the Haryana state, I have my relatives and I have my also land in the village as well. So I am into that phase that I can actually sense their issues, can relate to them. So whatsoever topic you're taking, you should be, attached to that. You should have a basic sense that okay, this is the basic level of what I'm working upon. Secondly, you should work upon how that what could be, is it applicable in today's scenario.
Mhm.
Fine. If I'm talking about in the agricultural field only, I could have taken a topic which is just related to increasing the crop yield. Okay,
Mhm.
but that thing we are doing since date back date. Very much work is done. Okay, putting these type of fertilizers, using these technologies, we can crop yield. But agricultural field is not related to the crop yield. There is
Correct.
much more related to this. So I
Mhm.
took the topic which is currently in requirement, in demand, that is the skill development. You are providing the solutions के ये डाल दो, ये कर दो, आपकी crop yield enhance हो जाएगी, या ये
Correct.
options आपको available हैं. But
Mhm.
how to pursue those options, what are
Yes.
the basic skills a person should have to pursue those options. So
Mhm.
that skill development is actually the basic requirement out here. So you should
Correct.
know that what is the demand of the time.
I see.
This work which I am doing, I'm sure for the next 5 to 10 years, this is the latest hot topic would be this, because we definitely, if we'll start today, so it will take time to develop those skills.
Correct. Correct. So basically, you are saying, first of all, unless you are emotionally attached to the problem, don't pursue it as a
No, no.
research.
I could have
First
taken
thing,
any topic. I
correct.
could have taken any topic which my guide would have given me. Okay, fine, you work
Mhm.
upon this topic. But when I'm not interested in that topic, when I
Correct.
cannot connect to that topic, so
Mhm.
definitely my interest will not be there. And if your
Okay.
interest is not there, PhD is not a 1 year course. Okay, and it's definitely not a pen and paper thing कि आपने पढ़ लिया, exam दे दिया and it's done. No, it's not like that. Okay, it's when you are interested in the topic, when you are ready for a
Mhm.
rigorous research, when you are ready for a rigorous hard work into that particular
Mhm.
field, then you opt for a PhD work. Fine,
Correct.
then you
Correct.
opt for a research work. So if you are not interested in the topic, if you are not connected somehow to the topic, you will lose interest very soon, and that
Mhm.
will delay the process, or maybe that will hinder the process, or maybe there are scholars who leave this field in between because they
Correct.
lose the connect.
I see.
So the
Correct.
very basic thing is there should be connection with the topic you are choosing.
And second, you said that whatever problem you are choosing should be for the future, not for the present, let us say, because otherwise, by the
Yeah,
time you finish your work, it's outdated.
definitely. See, my research work, which I am taking the time span, it may take 3 to 4 years more to come
Mhm.
into the actual structure.
Conclusion.
Fine, to
Correct.
get it to get concluded. Fine. So after 5 years, is the topic relevant or not?
Mhm.
That should be my concern, because जब तक वो पब्लिश होगा, जब तक वो पब्लिक को अवेलेबल होगा, तब तक पता चला कि टॉपिक जो वो सिनेरियो ही खत्म हो गया है, then there
Yeah.
is no use of that work, then there is no
Correct.
use of that, and nobody is going to read that work.
Yeah. So till now you have published one and you have submitted one paper, if I am not
Yeah,
incorrect.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
how do you approach for publication? Because it's a question for me because I am running I am in organizing committee of Onton 2023 since last 3 years. This is third edition we are doing. So I want to know from researchers that what do you look for and what I can do in order to improve the conference or get confidence of the researchers.
Okay, so see, if you talk about the conferences, I have presented my paper in basically two national conferences, and this is my
Hmm.
first international conference which I'm
Okay.
attending through your institution. Fine. And as far as publications are concerned, one I published in UGC Care, and one is my book edition. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, one is my chapter in the edited book, and the I would say both of them. I got the link from my guide.
I see.
I she's really very helpful in that. Fine. And as far as publications are related, I guess if your work is innovative, if your work is concise, definitely, if not on international level, national level pay, it could be. It is accepted easily if
I see.
there is authentication in your research paper.
I see. Got it.
Yeah.
So, and how do you ensure? See, basically, what you are doing right now, obviously, you are writing paper, you are doing experiments, and you are presenting. So, when you are
Yeah.
presenting, mostly the audience whom you present is academic. But you
Yes.
know, if your problem, your solution has to really work, it should go beyond academicians, correct? So, what are you doing, and or what are you planning to do so that your research goes beyond the circle of academicians?
I don't think so. I've reached that level to
I
go
see.
beyond that. Yeah, because just 1 year of into the research, and
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's just a basic structure has been created. So I have
Correct.
not done that much work. I have not done that much thing that I could go beyond that. But definitely, I would like to reach to the mass as a whole, not just to the academicians, because when we present it in the conferences, definitely there are academicians out there. When we publish it in the journals, then also I would say it is yes, academicians and researchers. But when we talk about masses, how to reach to the masses, I think social media is one of the platform that can make it relevant to the masses, that can make it available to the masses. Because if
Correct.
you talk about journals, be it international journals or the national journals, the common people are not into it. They won't be going and
Correct.
reading the journals for any kind of
Obviously.
research.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if I want to reach to the if I want to reach to the common masses, definitely the only thing I think is the social media.
Correct.
You could have your Insta reels, you could have your podcasts, like you are one
Mhm.
conducting one. So these are the platforms through which we can reach to the common masses, to the students, to their parents, to anyone out there who could just at, get linked to my topic. You can get linked to
Correct.
any kind of topic. So social media definitely will play a very good role if it is used properly.
Great. Great. So I believe you will start it soon, or you have already started.
Yeah, I'm planning to. I'm
Mhm.
planning to. I actually got this idea from your podcast, and that is why I was interested in this podcast. That yes, this is the way my work could reach to more general public rather than to be to a specific lot. And this has
Correct.
given me the idea that yes, we can go on a social media platform, but we have to be very careful about the things, right?
Correct.
Because till now if I give my idea in general to the public about what I'm doing about the research work, so there are chances that it may get copied, or someone else may get it published, but fine. So what we always do, that authenticate your work in some journal first, and after that you can put, like, for the chapters which have been edited in the book for me, or for the research paper which has already been published in the UGC care, based on that I can create a reel, or I can do a social media networking. Okay, like,
Correct.
okay, I have done this work, and because that has been authenticated and
Mhm.
registered, that is for me. But if I'm working on some field and I simply say it on the social media, so there are many chances that yes, it gets, it gets copied, and it's very
Correct.
common in social media.
But I believe there's no problem. Why? Because see, when you are putting it on social media, you are talking to general public so that their
Yes.
problems are solved. But when you are presenting in
Mhm.
journals or conferences, you are talking about your research work. So if you keep
Yes.
these two things separate, obviously there will be no
Separate, for
confusion.
sure, for sure. Yes, yes, yes,
Correct.
yes. That is
So,
that is
ma'am,
possible.
so the technical things, your professional things, we understood. Now, I want to know things which you're related to your personal life. So, who is there in your family?
Well, I have a joint family. So
Hmm.
there is mother-in-law, father-in-law. I have one brother-in-law. I have two kids. My husband
I
is
see.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
so we are as an.
So, why I'm asking? Because um, difficult to manage, isn't it?
Yes,
So,
yes.
so I
Sometimes it
want to know how
feels
you are managing.
that's what I told you now, that if you have interest, like this topic is very much close to my heart, and I'm very much into this, and I really want to make this a work, because I think somehow it's going to help in general to many people, at least in the agricultural sector, I would say.
Correct.
And that is that energy I get, and that encouragement I get, because I am very much connected to the topic.
Mhm.
Because yes, being having a joint family, and then working in an institution at the university level, simultaneously pursuing a PhD, and that too in a, the PhD is a, I have to work in the fields, I have to do the field surveys and all. Everything is so much hectic out here. But
Correct.
if you have that, that craze about that topic, if you have that interest, that love for your topic, then you are
Mhm.
very much into that topic. So that is why I say that if you are pursuing a research, the topic should be close to your heart, so that you get that energy, that passion to work upon it.
Correct. Correct. So you are able to balance between your family and your research work because you are in love with your research topic and you're very much into it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
correct.
yes, yes. Definitely,
So,
family support is there. Family
mhm,
support is there for sure. Otherwise, this could not have been possible at all. But in spite of the family support, I have to run and rush between the things, and that is
mhm,
because I want to carry this work forward, not just to
correct.
complete the PhD, but to
Mhm,
bring out something fruitful for the mass.
I
So
see.
that is, yeah.
So it's been 1 year. Can you share a moment that was very proud moment for you since you started your PhD and you think, yeah, that's kind of really good now?
See, I have proud movement. If you say yes, I have attended one that is RAISE, that is the Recent Advances in School Education, which has been
Mhm,
which is being conducted by the central government.
I
Okay,
see.
I went in there in the at Jalandhar for the conference related to my
Mhm,
work, and there were all the ministers from the central government which came
mhm,
actually there, and I have
mhm.
been certified for presenting a paper there by
Wow,
them. And yes, definitely I took my family with me, because I wanted that moment to be a very special one. And it was a it was really very proud feeling for me, that I was appreciated for all the hard work by such a big dignity out there, and
mhm,
in front of the family. When my family feels like, when my mother-in-law, basically my mother and my father-in-law,
mhm.
when they say that yes, our daughter-in-law has done something at the national level, so
Correct.
that was a really very proud moment for me.
Mhm. So that's really nice. So what are your future plans now? That's my last question. So, what are your future plans and aspirations in the field of research?
As of now, I want to complete my research in the best way I could. Fine. So this is the short term, I would say the next 4 5 years. I see myself as a researcher who will be working
Mhm.
hard on completing this PhD because I know once it's being published, it's going to help a lot many people in this agricultural sector.
Yeah,
Moreover, I want to carry forward my work and my enthusiasm on the skill development in other fields also. Fine, because
great.
I want it at every level. I should be able to work upon on the skill development so that I want to reach though the masses who actually need this skill development for the betterment of their livelihood, for the betterment of their future. So as a long term plan, I see myself as a researcher who is helping out to the economically backward sections or otherwise backward sections in developing their skills so that they can enhance their uplift their livelihoods in that
Correct.
sense.
That's really great, ma'am. So it was really nice talking to you. So my questions end here, and I believe I have covered almost all aspect of a researcher journey that I want to
Yeah.
convey through the On 2023 podcast series. So is there anything else you want to say? You want to tell the audience?
Yeah, basically, I really want to thank your institution and your organization for such a good initiative which are carrying forward because these type of podcast and these kind of actions are actually needed to be available to the world to know that yes, there is being some important work, some modern work, up to the date work happening in different sections of India. Because when we talk about India and when we connect India to the research, there is not very much importance at the global level given to the Indians. But we Indians are actually working forward in this area and into very much different sections we are working upon. And through this podcast series, we researchers will be connecting to each other. We will be getting an idea, okay, that the work is going in this area as well, in this areas. And definitely to the journal masses also, our idea is you are circulating these ideas. So it's a very very good initiative for the overall appraisal of the research and appraisal of a researcher. So I would
Thank you very
thank
much, ma'am. Thank you for the nice
thank you
words.
so much.
So that was all. So thank you, everyone. And I believe this is going to be really useful, not only for the people who are going to work in the area of skill development or agriculture, but I believe in it will be useful for almost everyone.
For sure,
Okay,
for
thank
sure.
you very much, ma'am. Thank you.